the war on terror didn't end, it just came to college campuses.
Hi, everyone. I'm here with Shai Davidai. He is an assistant professor at Columbia Business School. Hi, Shai.
Hey.
And Shai is Israeli, and I want to hear from the beginning what happened.
Very short story. I spoke up against anti-Semitism and support for Hamas on campus, and now the university is investigating me.
I am a professor at Columbia Business School, and I want you to know we cannot protect your children from pro-terror student organizations because the president of Columbia University will not speak out against pro-terror student organizations.
What happened in that video? Why did you feel like you needed to do it?
You know, I showed up one day to campus to see a mob of 900 students led by the student organization that was supporting October 7th.
Wow. Which organization is that?
SJP and JVP.
And so SJP and JVP, so Students for Justice in Palestine and Jewish Voices for Peace.
Very academic names for support for Hamas.
They were doing pro-Hamas demonstrations on campus.
From the river to the sea, globalize the Intifada. We don't want two states. We want all of 48. There is only one solution. Intifada revolution, nothing else. But this was the first time. And this was very early on, October 12th. And I felt like I had to say something.
At Columbia University, completely, was it sanctioned? Was it approved? Was it welcomed by the university?
It was welcomed with open hands. We alerted the university's administration before telling them this is going to be problematic. October 11th, before everything erupted in the country, their response was, don't worry, we'll bring in the NYPD. Okay. And you know who the NYPD was protecting there. They weren't looking at us, the Jewish and Israeli students standing there and the professors with them. They were looking at the mob, making sure that no violence erupts from them.
The demonstration happened on October 12th. So October 7th, the greatest massacre of Jews since the Holocaust occurred. And 5 days later, before Israel even responds, right? Before Israel does anything, there's immediately support for that massacre and slaughter.
Let me shock you even more. These organizations that created this protest, they put out a letter on October 9th referring to yesterday's event. So they started writing the letter supporting Hamas's actions on October 8th. They were ready.
And these organizations pretend to be organizations that are progressive, that are liberal, that are supporting human rights. They're literally lying to the country.
And they're being harbored by Columbia's administration, who is embracing them with open arms.
So you speak from your heart, this video surfaces, and it goes viral, and all of us are very appreciative of what you do. And what kind of response did you get on campus?
I mean, for the first 6 weeks, I did not go on campus. I did not feel comfortable going on campus.
Did you not feel safe?
Not physically safe, not emotionally safe. I just didn't want to be there. But first of all, I got thousands and thousands of emails from people all over the world, Jews and non-Jews, just expressing their support. I touched a nerve. I really touched a nerve that everyone was reacting to. And then, as you'd expect, the hate started coming in.
I know for a fact that Americans, I'm not even talking about Jewish Americans or Jews around the world, Americans, just normal people around America are very upset by these demonstrations, and they can see, they intuitively understand that these are violent, aggressive, and vicious demonstrations that are calling for violence. This is an incitement for violence. It's not freedom of speech.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people saw my video and immediately realized what I realized, which is the war on terror didn't end, it just came to college campuses. And that was what I wanted to alert people to.
Columbia University doubled down on its inaction, dealing with these hate groups on campus, leaving Jewish students and faculty feeling unsafe. And then what happened? Where are we now? What's happening now?
A few weeks ago, I was informed by the university that I'm being investigated for calling out support for terrorism.
How do you, if you're speaking up against support for terrorism, how is that a bad thing?
I am being investigated by the Equal Opportunity and Affirmative Action Office. That's an office that investigates when people in the community are harassed based on their ethnicity, nationality, gender, race, sexual orientation, etc. All of these protected classes are important to investigate. None have to do with what I said. So I think the university is claiming that support for terrorism is a protected class.
This is crazy on so many levels because this particular office, right, is the office that is supposed to protect you from that mob.
It's supposed to protect everyone, but it's being weaponized for a political reason, and they're going to fail. At first, they thought I would go away. They're like, let's just not ignore everything that this professor is saying because he's just one professor. They think I'm only speaking for myself rather than an entire community. And then when they saw I won't go away, they said, let's try to make him go away. Let's try to silence him. What they didn't realize is, you've messed with the wrong Jew. Like, I'm not going to be silenced.
Thank you so much, Shai. Thank you for your bravery and your courage and for, making sure that they know that they messed with the wrong Jew. I love that.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And I'm Israel Chai, right?
I'm Israel Chai.
Exactly.